Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be playing off of that short I recorded last night, which is becoming more productive. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing some tips and tricks and some things that you can do to become more productive, to be able to pack more in to the same 24 hours that everyone has. So first and foremost, if you watched my video from last night, you can see that for us, we have a home gym. So there's a few reasons why we have a home gym, but for me, the biggest one is productivity. So after I get done recording this video on any given day, I may even do it today, even though it's the weekend. I will post this video up, immediately go downstairs and start working out. And then when I'm done, shower, back up here working. So for me, is that increases my productivity. So some things that you could do to increase your productivity, some things I have done recently, is let's say that your schedule is similar to mine, where you kind of have free reign of your schedule, or you work from home. I would highly suggest doing something similar to even what I'm doing in this moment. For me, what helps me, and then I'm going to tell you what helps me, and then we're going to expound on some different tips and tricks. For me, what helps me get going, what helps me really get in the mindset to work and to get in the mindset of running our businesses is I wake up early. I'm up before the sun. I was up today at 5:40. I get up here into the office, turn the light on. I read a book for a little bit, and then I will drink some water, and I will get in front of the camera. Now, I do that completely cold. I don't warm up. I don't do a first video and then make a second video. I do just this one video. So how you're seeing me, like, this is completely raw. I don't edit it, none of that. So for me, the reason why I do that is because it wakes me up. It makes my mind start going. I've got all these lights on, and it makes me get started, makes me get rolling, because I have to contemplate the topic at hand. I have to think it through, and then whenever I get done speaking, I am warmed up and ready to go to start my day. So I would highly suggest doing something similar to this, even if it's just for you. You can make YouTube content and make it unpublished or private, whatever it is, that and just do like a daily journal. Because I know a lot of people, me included, I love to write my goals down. So for me, if you're going to write your goals down, we need to. I just noticed I didn't check off this goal. But as you can see, I have my goals written down every day. So I write them down every day. For you, maybe you just want to sit there and make a daily video, a daily vlog on, and just for yourself, like your goals. Because the biggest thing is, I remember very well I was doing high ticket sales. And when I first got into high ticket sales, I would look myself in the mirror and convince myself I was in high ticket sales, because at that time I was working a job and I was not a high ticket salesman. And for me, getting in front of that mirror and saying, hey, these are our goals. Every day I used to look at myself and say, hey, these are our goals. Now, for me, I don't do what I'm about to suggest, but I think it could be very impactful now that I'm saying it, is get in front of the camera, recite your goals. Maybe that's your goals for the day. Hey, I want us to get one sale today. I want to get to $1 million a year. I want to get to $1 million a month. Just like put your goals in front of you, and then periodically throughout your day, just rewatch it, because that will help you stay more productive, because it'll keep in front of you what it is that you want to do. The other thing is the next tip and trick that I would highly suggest is just fill up your day. Because for the first half of my day, it's completely jam packed full of stuff that I got to do. Some days more than others. The other day, Thursday, I was up recording this, then it worked out. Then I had to record. Then we did a challenge, and then later that evening we did our live master class. So we had my wife and I, but for me especially, I was up 5 something, and we didn't get done with everything until 9 o'clock at night. So because right after that I had another one-on-one phone call, so The thing is some days are more jam packed than others, but the more stuff you can jam pack in your day, the less likely you are to be unproductive. If you can find, even if that's just scheduling in time for you to learn. Here's a big misconception, in my opinion. You don't need to decompress if you're coming home from your job. I'm sorry, you just don't. Because I remember very well decompressing when I would say I need to come home and decompress. That gave me the excuse and the right to come home and just do absolutely nothing that was productive for me. I would come home, I would play video games. I used to play video games religiously, and that did not help me progress. I mean, at one point in time, I had a Twitch stream, I had a YouTube for my gaming. You could probably still find all that stuff, which is fine. I mean, I was pretty good, but it didn't help me progress. I never made a dime off of that. And so for me, it never helped me become the best version of myself. And I hear that all the time. Well, my life is so hard, my job is so hard, I just have to decompress. But if it's really that bad, why wouldn't you just come home and sit in front of a computer and learn a skill? Like, just come home and learn how to do marketing, learn how to do sales. Both of those skills can help you eat for life. If your job is that bad, learn those skills, and I mean learn them. Watch the free stuff on YouTube. Find one person that you really like. Watch all their stuff on marketing or sales or whatever it is that you're interested in. And then you can find a job based off of that. The thing is that that's also a misconception that people have, is that you have to have certain credentials for certain jobs. I think that is true to a certain degree, but at the same time, I was in management. I would hire people with no skills and absolutely nothing on their resume that told me that they were going to have the skills. And the reason why that was is they fit my culture and they spoke in a way that helped enlighten me into who they were. So my advice to you, if you're in the workforce and you're looking for a different job, you got to go. I would, because these people would have been able to sell me even quicker if they had some kind of experience. Now, for the thing that, don't get that twisted with just, well, I don't have that on my resume. You can actually just sit there and speak the language. There's been a lot of times that I've gotten into the door, and the reason why was because I could speak the language. The first time I was sitting there talking to a guy who was making $45 million a year and I was making like $60,000 a year, was because I could speak the language. So the biggest thing is, like, for him, he had no idea that I was still working a job at the time I'm sitting there talking to him, because speak the language. So another tip and trick to me is find ways to cut out dead time. So that falls into the last one where I'm talking about you don't need to decompress. Cut out that dead time. Find something that is going to help you, whether that's reading a book, whether that's watching a course, whether that's watching YouTube and learning skills. Cut out dead time, and don't let social media use you. If you're on social media, you use it. And what do I mean by that? Is use it to get your message out there, become known. That's the biggest thing that people aren't right now, is they're not known. And I'm speaking from experience. I mean, my wife and I are making about $30,000 a month, and people still don't know us. We're still Casper in the realm that we're in. So it's really about establishing yourself. And if you going back to my first tip, if you fill your day up with productivity stuff that's going to help you head in the right direction. If that's work, filling it up with work. If that's learning, filling it up with that. If that's doing social media posts to get your name out there, filling your day up with all those things, it'll keep you from doing the wrong things. It'll keep you from, because I think inherently all of us, when we have way too much free time, our mind wanders. And when our mind wanders, some of us can end up getting stuck on the wrong things. So that's just my biggest takeaway, and my biggest suggestion is fill your day up with things. Don't let your job overwhelm you to the point where you can't learn and grow. If you're not learning and growing, you're dying. You're heading in the wrong direction. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this helped you at all, please leave a like. consider subscribing if you like this kind of content I post every day. And leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.